Hi guys, and welcome back to What If Ex-Manager Managed Rangers series, where we're taking a look at what some prospective candidates for the Rangers managerial job get up to when they are given the chance. So today we're looking, as you can see by the title, at Tommy Wright, and as you can see up here in Key Employees, Tommy Wright still in his position as Rangers manager. But as I always say, eagle-eyed viewers will notice we have a little spoiler at the top that they finished second in the Ladbrokes Premiership, so let's see how close they got. They were 13 points off of Celtic, Celtic finishing on 87 points, which is a relatively formidable points tally. Rangers back on 74, but well ahead, 18 points clear of Aberdeen, who finished only on 56. So not doing too bad there, Tommy Wright, to finish in that second position. If we take a little look at his transfers, there's not a lot to see. He brought in Oliver McBurney on loan from Swansea, who's a bang average striker, and Paul Donaldson, who's just, he came... I don't know why he's even there, it just seems like a regen that they've signed. So nothing to see in terms of that. If we take a look at his tactics, it's a basic 4-4-2. If we range by the rating there, Lee Wallace, who he had playing as a left midfielder, got a 7.42 average over 26 Premiership games, so he's done really well actually there to identify that Wallace can play on the left side of midfield. O'Halloran also with a good rating, 12 starts in the league, didn't do that well in the league. Wait a minute. Right, okay, O'Halloran's average rating is obviously only of his Rangers appearances, where he had one start in the league. Obviously his overall for the season counts his time at St Johnstone. Now Kenny Miller, who played games under Derek McInnes and was an absolute joke, played games here under Tommy Wright, 18 starts, 10 goals and 2 assists, so Kenny Miller are playing brilliantly for Tommy Wright. Jack Alnwick did well when he came in. Declan John, who was the main man at left back, 31 starts, got over a 7 as well. Tavernier, 7.12. Nico Kranjkar, how often did he play? Not that often, but 6 starts and played really well. Eduardo Herrera with a 7.07 overall, with 21 goals, 18 of them coming in the league. Cardoso playing well, Jack playing well, Candeas as well, Bruno Alves was okay, and then we dropped down to these kind of 6s. In terms of goals, Herrera with 21, then Kenny Miller with 11, Alfredo Morelos only got 8, he got 22 starts in the Premiership and only got 8 goals. That's a really poor return from Alfredo Morelos there. Pena got 8, McBurney got 6, Jack with 4, and then 3 Wallace, 2, etc. Just a couple of people chipping in, so really his main man was Eduardo Herrera there. And then actually Kenny Miller on 11, Morelos only managed to bag 8. So how did he do in his fixtures? How did he do in the cups? Let's take a look. He goes out of the Europa League in the qualifiers to AC Milan, which is fair enough. Beats Motherwell, beats Cali Thistle, disappointing draw against Hibs, but then beats Hearts, beats County, beats Dundee, disappointing draw against Partick, beats Hamilton in the cup, manages to get a draw against Celtic, and then loses to Hamilton and draws against St Johnstone. This is where it kind of breaks up a little bit after what looked like a really good start. He does manage to beat Aberdeen, but then goes to Hampden and loses in extra time to Aberdeen, so he's out in the Betfred Cup. Then he has a decent run, beats Kelly, loses to Hearts, beats Partick, beats Hamilton, draw at Dundee, wins up at Pittodrie, beats County, beats Hibs, doing really well, then loses at home to St Johnstone. He just doesn't seem to be able to keep the momentum going for long enough. Scottish Cup 4th round with a 1-1 draw away at St Mirren and Paisley. Then when he gets the replay, it's a 2-1 win at Ibrox. Then we get to the 5th round, and what happens here? At home against Queen of the South, 3-0 loss, puts him out of the Scottish Cup and ensures that he doesn't get any trophy in his season as Rangers boss. And that, my friends, is a shambolic result. Bruno Alves sent off after 16 minutes, but you would still not expect a Rangers side to completely collapse like that. Now, fair enough, he's rotated a hell of a lot. He's playing Bierman, Finlayson, he's playing Donaldson there, he's playing McBurney as well, so he really has rotated quite a lot, but that is a shocker from Rangers to go out like that under Tommy Wright. So overall, Tommy Wright pretty much par for the course in terms of what he's done here. He's finished second and he's not really made that much of an impact in the cups. A couple of the managers have so far actually picked up a cup. I think maybe someone done the double, I can't remember correctly, you'll have to go and watch the other videos for that, look how that one worked out. But again, as I always say about these little simulations here, let's take it with a pinch of salt. It's just a little bit of fun. We've had a look at his transfers, he didn't really have any. We had a look at his tactics there, he played in the 4-4-2, A couple of players doing okay. Herrera with the 22 goals obviously will be a highlight for Tommy Wright's Rangers there, but he did really, really poorly in the Cups. Came second place solidly, but that's because everybody else was so damn poor they didn't get to challenge him. He's still in his post at the end of the season, but he wasn't one of the better ones here. Did better than McInnes, which is surprising, but that's because McInnes did really, really poorly and actually ended up sacked. But as I always say, let's take them with a little pinch of salt, just a bit of fun. And that's how Football Manager thinks Tommy Wright would get on. If you guys have enjoyed this video, if you're enjoying these little simulations and just a little bit of curiosity, shorter videos for you, prop down below and leave a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you want to follow this series, get notifications whenever we do a new simulation, then you can subscribe to the channel. That also will obviously allow you to follow our Rangers managerial series we have going on, as well as our AC Milan managerial series, and anything else that comes out on the channel. We're looking to branch out into some new games here on the channel as well. But basically that's it for this one, and I'll see you next time for another Rangers manager simulation.